What it is, what it does, MsCosmo back in the building right here on the store up in the 5FM studios. Really excited for tonight because I'm going to be sitting with a veteran.
I am happy to join with you today.
How many of you can actually say you've been in the game for that long?
I'm big on substance and content. Guys are winning awards because of the groundwork that we did. You have to be able to back it up. Dude, how many times can beef be that cool?
I'm talking about the one and only Proverb.
Proverb is a simple small town kid all the way from Kimberley.
He's going to be talking to me about the journey from the Book of Proverb to where he is today. 5 albums later, the red tape.
Big dreams, came to the big city in '99. I've been in Johannesburg since.
I have a dream that real MCs will win awards. Cats who've been ignored by the industry.
But what's up, Proverb?
Yo, what's going on, MsCosmo?
10 years, man. Dude. Doesn't that make you feel old?
Well, not old as much as wise.
Okay.
Experienced.
Nice, actually, yeah.
I've made plenty mistakes, but I've also gotten plenty things right.
I saw an article that you did, and they were mentioning the different names that you went through when you were trying to become Proverb. But
Before
then you went through so
yeah.
many, like T-Bone.
Dude, I was T-Bone, T-Bone steak, then steak, then scandalous at some point. Then I was tentative at another point in my life. But when I landed on Proverb, it sort of resonated with what I wanted to do.
Yes.
And in hindsight or looking back, I couldn't have chosen a better name.
The first official album I released was in 2005. Incredible reception. To date is the one album that's easily my most successful, the most spoken about. And it's an incredible thing. Considered a classic to me.
Everybody knows, like you're like the wordplay rapper. You're the guy who's always with the metaphors. How would you have made 5 albums full of T-bone steak?
See what I mean?
Like, what were you gonna say for 5 albums?
Dude, how many times can beef be that cool? Do you know what I mean?
My journey since the Book of Proverb has been crazy, has been up and down, but I've released many albums since then. My follow-up was Manuscript, Write the Passage, Forthright, and currently I'm promoting the red tape.
How's that journey been for you and your family to actually grow into now what the red tape is?
You know what, it's a beautiful thing because I also started my family around about the same time. My wife and I often laugh about the pictures because when I was recording some of those songs, she was in studio with me, but she was my chick then. She was my girlfriend. And so to have been part of that journey from the very beginning, to kind of see me grow in the industry to the point where when I did my 10-year celebration, my wife helped me. She put that together for me. You know what I mean?
So from the beginning.
Absolutely, man. So my career is as old as my family, and it's all been one. Even my music and those who support my music, I think of as family.
Microphone sweet home. Proverb.
So you still have that, like, oh my gosh, my song's on the radio.
Very much. You know what? It still baffles me and it still blows my mind that I've been able to enjoy a 10-year career doing what I love.
And nothing has ever made you feel like, let me just tap out for 5 minutes.
Of course, I get those feelings. I'm human. I have my insecurities. You start thinking, am I still relevant? Do people still care? Does anybody? Then you put on a show and you pack the lyric theater, and you're like, what?
Whoa.
Or you look at the numbers or your sales and you're like, what, are people still buying? Or on social media, everyone's like, where can I get this? Where can I get that? There's a demand, you know what I mean? And I think there's also a great opportunity to say, I haven't done it all on my own. I've enjoyed wonderful support that I'm very grateful for, so thank you.
I draw from my experiences, my thoughts, ideas, ideologies, my fears, my aspirations, inspirations, and I think this is why we're able to always relate to the kind of work that I put out.
I mean, there's one thing that we've realized was that every single album has a specific message.
Yes.
I mean, obviously looking at the book, it was about you and your come up and your dreams and what you want to achieve and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, all that coming into fruition now. What would you say the message is behind the red tape?
The red tape, I think, because look, the red tape, as you know, is a figure of speech, meaning limitation, boundaries, no-go areas. Too much red tape. You've heard the saying. So for me, I'm just trying to break boundaries and say, you know, all those limitations in terms of thought, concept, ideas, ideologies. I'm trying to sort of break all of those limitations, you know. So for me, I'm not holding back. I'm just absolutely speaking about everything that I've been meaning to say. I'm talking about death at some point from an interesting angle. I speak about the ironies of the world we live in, you know. So for me, this is just like a no holds barred. I'm literally plugging the mic straight into the arteries, and I'm saying, listen, this is what it sounds like.
Do you ever feel like some of your lyrics go over people's heads?
You know something? When I listened, there's a particular song by Jay-Z that I listened to. Well, it's kind of a favorite of mine, and there's a line that I only got after 5 years of listening to the song. We're like, oh, is that when the penny finally drops? And for me, that's cool. If I say something and it doesn't have that immediate reaction, but it eventually does, that for me is what marks timeless music. So I wanna write in such a way that you always discover something even in decades to come.
So how long does it actually take you to write a song?
I remember when I did Writers Club.
Yes.
Dude, I was in a hotel room. I think we were doing Idols at the time. And I just had the afternoon to myself. And it starts with the one line, then a second line, then a third line. Before you know it, in 20 minutes, you've written this entire song. Do you know what I mean? So there's no saying. But songs like Legacy, for instance, you have to think about a lot longer. You know, you have to think about what is my legacy? What do I want to? And you have to revisit it and rewrite it and edit it and fix it. You know what I mean? So I think it depends on the song. Okay,
so let's chat about your new single that you've got with Mr. 37.
Oh,
why that song?
It's called Nobody Knows. You know what it is, man. I feel like there's a lot of a particular sound out right now, which is cool. I embrace it and I love it and support it. But I think there aren't enough bars in the streets right now.
How are you feeling about the game today compared to like 10 years ago?
Dude, I think we run things.
Nice.
And for me, it's victorious, and I feel like we won. And I'm so big on the we because I think, you know, because of the guys that did it before us, we were able to take it to a certain level. And because we took it to a certain level, the guys doing it now are able to take it where they are because of what we did. You know, so I think it's our victory. The fact that, you know, we've got shows that play more hip-hop than anything else is a victory for me, you know. So I celebrate every time you know, one of our soldiers, a hip-hop head, does something you know, remarkable. I celebrate it, you know, because I feel like I'm a big part of the culture. You know, I'm a supporter first before I am a contributor, and on both capacities I celebrate, man. I think we're running things right now.
Okay. And there you have it. Everything that Proverb could possibly tell us today was all laid out right here on this dirt. From the Book of Proverb to his journey from where he was. And it's amazing how everything that he has spoken about in the first album has come into fruition right now into his life and where he is today, 5 albums later. Which is one of those things that it just shows you that consistency will make you flourish in this industry. You just need to keep going at it and making sure people know who you are as an artist. I think he's completely amazing, and I really thank him for coming through to this dirt today to just share in the knowledge and obviously give us some merchandise, because it's nice to just walk away with a little cap at the end, you know what I mean? But go out there and get the red tape because it is an amazing album.